Where do I even begin? You know what? Let's start at the beginning. Carlos Rodon. There's always two versions of Carlos Rodon that you could possibly see. You could see ALCS Carlos Rodon, who was mixing his pitches incredibly well. He was able to pitch with all of his pitches. Fastball, slider, changeup, all three working at the same time in a cohesive fashion, and he's able to prove to Yankee fans why he was paid $150 million. On other occasions, you get the outing we got today. An outing where sometimes the slider's a little off. Sometimes the changeup does not come out of the hand right. So what does Carlos Rodon do? He goes back to standard Carlos Rodon, which is, I'm going to beat you with my fastball. I don't care. You're not going to hit it. And you know what other teams say? And that's what the Dodgers said early. Tommy Edman moved up in the order this time, able to hit a home run to start the game. That was okay because you could always pencil in Carlos Rodon a home run or two that are solo shots. Well then, after he gets Ohtani out, he gives up a base hit to Mookie Betts, then fires a 98-mile-an-hour fastball below the letters to Teoscar Hernandez. Mets fans, I am pissed off at the Mets right now. You guys got Teoscar hot in Game 5. You guys got Teoscar hot in Game 6. Teoscar had a terrible series in the NLCS, but finally started to turn a corner in Game 6 when they eventually won the series. The Mets did that. They allowed Teoscar Hernandez to get hot. Carlos Rodon puts a 98-mile-an-hour heater below the letters right down the fucking middle, and he deposits it into the right center field seats. This is where I got so pissed off because the bullpen shut the door on everything. And you know who came in to face Freddie fucking Freeman? Tim Hill. And he dominated the at-bat. Not to say it would have happened that way in Game 1, but I'm saying that would have happened in Game 1. Anyways, the Yankees offense looked anemic through the first 8 innings. Outside of the Soto home run, this offense couldn't muster together any sort of run. We entered the 9th inning with a singular hit, and the Dodgers are bringing in Blake Trinan, the best reliever left in the postseason. He did not look like the best reliever in the postseason. Juan Soto leads off that inning, and he deposits a line drive into the right center field corner, hits off the wall. It was a fucking piss missile, so it only ends up being a single, but it starts something. After an out, we're able to get to Stanton, who hits a ball off the fucking base. We looking like we're getting something going. Soto's able to score because there was a wild pitch earlier. Finally, we get a second run on the board. We finally are seeing production that Jazz Chisholm Jr. could give us. He hits a single. Anthony Rizzo's up and he gets hit by a pitch. Now there's bases loaded with a chance. Anthony Volpe comes up. He's absolutely fooled. Strike 3. That brings up Austin Wells. But wait, pinch hitter, Jose Trevino. Now, I'm going to go backtrack in a second. I saw a lot of people upset about the decision to go to Jose Trevino in that moment. I am not that upset with going to Jose Trevino. In the one game Jose Trevino started in this postseason, he looked really fucking good. And part of that is because he was going up against the left-handed pitcher. They were bringing in a lefty at that point because once they got Volpe out, they wanted a lefty-lefty matchup for Wells. Then I saw people upset that Jose Trevino swung first pitch. Again, I'm not upset with that. That pitch was right there, right in the sweet spot for him to hit it. Of course, it's the New York Yankees. So when he hits it, of course it doesn't sting a gap. Of course he doesn't hit it soft enough to bloop in, but it's a line drive that's hit very hard right at someone. Game is over. I did not think that was a bad decision by Boone. There's other things to criticize Boone for in this series. That is not one of them. I just wanted to kind of clear the air on that. I don't think Aaron Boone made a boneheaded decision in Game 2. I don't. The bonehead in this series, to be honest, has been Aaron Judge. And here's where we're going to backtrack. The at-bat that he had against Blake Trinan was sorry. What did Aaron Boone say post-game about Judge's struggle? Yeah, he's been struggling lately, but I liked the at-bat against Trinan. That's telling me he might be on the up and up. Well, you just had a great at-bat against this guy. You are the best hitter in Major League Baseball. You step up to the plate, and somehow the at-bat doesn't just get worse. It goes from good at bat to one of the worst at bats you could possibly have. Aaron Judge is the MVP of the league. Aaron Judge is one of the best hitters of our generation. Right now, if he retired, some people would argue he could make the Hall of Fame. Aaron Judge is also the reason why we are down 0-2 in this World Series. Aaron Judge is the key to the Yankees' offensive success. He is the centerpiece of everything the Yankees do offensively. If Judge doesn't go, the Yankees have an uphill battle. And this is the first time I'm really going to go at Aaron Judge. During the ALDS, well, it's just 4 games. He'll be back. It's just 4 games. He had a week off. He has to get his feet wet. ALCS, well, he was able to hit off of Class A, and he was able to get the home run in Yankee Stadium. He's starting to build back up. This Dodgers series has been absolutely atrocious for Aaron Judge. This is where your legacy is made. Look at Giancarlo Stanton. Right now, if he were to retire, off of regular season stats alone, he's maybe a borderline 10th year Hall of Famer. If you include how clutch he's been in the postseason, it makes his Hall of Fame chances ironclad. That's how much your postseason affects your legacy. But it could also affect it in the other way. And that's where we're getting at Aaron Judge. Early on in his career, Aaron Judge had a few good moments in the postseason. The Liam Hendricks home run against the A's to start off the game. That was electric. Since 2020, Aaron Judge has done jack shit in the postseason. And this team has shown they struggle to go unless Aaron Judge goes. They've ended up winning some of these series because we're going up against inferior offenses. But now we're going up against some of the big dogs. The Dodgers have a comparable offense to the Yankees. They can match up very well. Some people might say they match up better than the Yankees. In that situation, we need our best guys to step up. With Shohei Ohtani now possibly out with the partial dislocation in his shoulder, this is your time, Aaron Judge. Because yes, the Yankees are down 0-2, but we are going back to the Bronx. We might be going into a game and possibly the rest of the series without having to face Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge, this is on you. This is pointing the camera at you and saying, how will you respond, 99? There are some people writing you off. I'm not writing you off because you are the most talented hitter I have ever seen. One of the most decorated hitters of this generation. You can't write off a guy like that. But if you're going to do something, the time is now. There are a minimum of 2 games left. Possibility of 5 more games. At some point, the time has to come. Yes, you hit 58 in the regular season, and that got us to being the 1 seed in the American League. It hasn't gotten us anywhere in the World Series. You still have to perform when it matters most. And I'm pulling for you, Aaron. All of New York is pulling for you. And now let's talk about another guy who has struggled coming into the postseason. Because there have been 3 guys that have gotten the most shit for how they performed in the postseason prior to the World Series. Those guys being Aaron Judge, Austin Wells, and Jazz Chisholm. Austin Wells is another guy who still hasn't performed. And also, unlike Aaron Judge at times, Austin Wells' at-bats are all looking sorry. He cannot find a way to stop being in between on what pitch is coming. It's looking sad. He is an automatic out. Yes, he had the 1 shot in the Cleveland series where he was able to guess right and he was able to put it into the stands. He had the walk in game 1. That was cool. Started off a bit of a rally, but he can't hit the ball to save his life. He can't. He can't hit a ball into water if he fell out of a boat. And this is where I was talking about when I said I don't blame Aaron Boone for going to Jose Trevino. Jose Trevino should be the starting catcher for the Yankees, whether it's a righty on the mound or a lefty. Austin Wells is a rookie, and he is looking like a rookie. He looks like he does not belong. He looks like he belongs in AAA. I'm just being honest here. I don't think Austin Wells is going to perform this shitty throughout his career. But right now, we are fighting for our World Series lives. You cannot rely on a guy like Austin Wells to perform when we're fighting for our postseason live. The only guy out of those three that has really performed in the World Series is Jazz Chisholm Jr. He has finally stepped up to the call after he said all the things he said about Kansas City and talked about how the Yankees are definitely winning the World Series. He's doing his part. I knew that Jazz Chisholm had this in him. He is now 3 for 9 in this series. He's batting .333, and most of his hits have come in the most clutch situation. Just a day ago, I brought up he was the 6th player all time in the World Series to have 2 hits and 3 stolen bases. Today, he was able to get a base hit off of the toughest reliever to face in the postseason. He is finally looking you guys in the eye and saying, I am here. This is what I was calling for in my keys. Find a way to get on base at all costs. And with 2 strikes, he was able to lace a small line drive into right field. Not everything has to be a home run. A home run would have been nice in that situation, but it didn't have to be. You have to give the team an opportunity to step up. And Jazz is giving this team an opportunity. So if we wanted to look at the positive sides of the World Series so far, Jazz is one of them. But if we're looking at the positives moving forward, Blake Treinen has now pitched around 60 pitches over the last couple days. Yes, he will have an off day coming up tomorrow. But 60 pitches for a closer, going 3 out of 4 days off of 60 pitches, that alone is unrealistic. And then they got a bullpen game the next day. So we are burning Blake Treinen down. Will that matter in the end? We don't know, but it could only help. The Yankees have to punch first when we get to the Bronx. We have to get a great start from Clark Schmidt. And game 2 proved why first key was to win the Cole starts. Because wasting the Cole start now puts the Yankees back against the wall when Carlos Rodon finally goes back to being old Carlos Rodon. Now we are relying on Clark Schmidt and Luis Gil to save our asses and keep us in this series. I need Aaron Boone to start Jose Trevino. I need Aaron Boone to make no more boneheaded decisions. I need Aaron Judge to finally act like he's the captain of the New York Yankees. And the Yankees need to take the bull by the horns and take this home field like it's no one else's. Play this game like it's your fucking last. And let's go win a fucking World Series. I'm out of here. Take care.